for assault. Wonderful. Unfortunately, many educated illiterates, just as good as touts, just as good as quacks, have found their ways into leadership in many spheres of the society. And what they are doing is simply havoc. Correct education will ultimately bring change. Let me warn us at this point. Change does not assure progress. Change does not assure advancement. What type of change? Progress impeccably requires change anyway. Education is essential to change. Education seeks to create new wants, new desires. It should come with the ability to satisfy those desires. It's like you buying a bigger home. Something should tell you that it's bigger mortgage. Hello? Something should tell you that it's bigger electric bills. So you won't be surprised when they keep coming. It's a failure that creates new problems and does not crave to solve them. Unfortunately, we have a government somewhere 6,000 miles away from here that never rules by checks and balances. Failure in education. We allow people in government to form fool. We allow them to walk into error because they are not checked. Absolute power, absolute region, up to every level, no accountability. One thing education will bring to a man is to be transparent and accountable. Is to walk as if your shadow is your auditor. After we have allowed people to fail, to mislead us, to misrule us, we also allow them to escape to foreign countries. Then we now go after them in foreign countries and begin to organize for their arrest. It's fooling you. A few days ago, I was in Nigeria, and I woke up about 10 a.m. on a Thursday morning, and I began to hear announcements, radio news announcements, that a man, Dr. Buki Saraki, that the police was just waiting for the warrants to arrest him. They announced it on radio in the 10 o'clock news. At 11 o'clock news, they repeated it. At 12 o'clock, they said, guess what? They said, the police in Kwara State have said that they are only awaiting the warrant to make arrest of Dr. Buki Saraki. Won't he run away? The man is hearing the news too. His brothers, his uncles, his children will have told him, they are only waiting for your arrest. How ironical. Now listen to this. Do you know that despite all this, the man had the infantry. He didn't escape. He didn't run away because he must have been somebody who went to school who didn't read common sense. Do you know he still made a public announcement? He made a public appearance and the cops couldn't do anything to him until the people took the laws into their hand and they began to stone him. When the education is not in place, there will be havoc and people will take laws into their hands. May God help Nigeria. Can I hear amen? I read an article about a month ago on Least Search by Kenya Vadiati. He wrote on 15 top reasons why education is extremely important. And he listed them thus. And I want to say in number 15, he said, education will help us to avoid societal embarrassment. He said education will help us to be free from baseless superstition, such as Boko Haramic superstition, that is a waste to go through Western education, that it is a waste to educate females. It listed also that reasoning against the illogical will be prominent when we are educated. Education will help us to keep up with evolution. Sorry to say at this time that our country has been left behind. While we were celebrating for so many years the oil boom, many nations of the world drove past us. And now our eyes are just opening that it is not crude oil that will make Nigeria to reach its destiny. We have woken up, I believe. Education will give a man an exposure to the world. Education will tell a man that you can't be anybody's fool. You can keep your own mind. Education will give us healthier lifestyle. There are so many things we need to know. Thank God for all these gyms and health talks that we are getting these days. That everybody is learning that to be a big man is not by size. Education will help us to adapt to newer techniques and for productivity. Ethical values are there. It will impart ability to walk across several cultures, several diversities. Economic growth is there. Get educated, you are likely to get rich. And we'll see the rest of all those there. I had a drawing of success somewhere there. And when you look at what success can come through education, it will come through creativity, do something new, innovation, inspiration, goal, training, motivation, teamwork, and so on and so forth. I know there is someone here who is an employer who would prefer to hire a trained fellow rather than an untrained fellow. I will not fail to tell Nigerians tonight and their dignifying guests on this epoch-making occasion the following truth. Education is a force for social and political change. Nigeria needs well-grounded people in our politics. Not just those who got certificates but devoid of education, or those that are literate but lack simple reasonability. Many of us live in the United States. I'm happy that you have the summary of the talk with you. So if I skip anything, you can just follow it with your mind. I'm just paraphrasing because I don't want to bore you. Those of us that live here, we are now wise that robust education secures a productive future. It brings wider range of awareness, which helps in decision making, strengthens confidence, personal outlook, and beliefs in ourselves. An educated person reserves the ability to change and influence their world. Education improves our point of view and ability to reason aright. By the special grace of God, I have participated in clubs and in various groups in societies that granted me the opportunity to see a bit of the world. In student unionism, I learned that with education on our side, struggle for our rights continues. They say, a luta continua. That is a mind of your own. In trade unionism, Academic Staff Union of Nigeria University, for example, I learned that facts and figures, knowledge will engender dialogue. But where dialogue is not given a chance, other strengths come into play. There is a limit to human endurance. I want to assure you I'll be rounding up in about 3.5 minutes. So I need you to hear this. In man or war, I learned that if you build the man, you build the community. That's citizenship and leadership. In the Rotary world, I learned that you are the key. You can be the key of solution, even to family problems, how much more to national issues. In the science world, I learned that I can resolve to discover. I can explore to discover. Knowledge is light. Of course, my Bible taught me that I should study to show myself approved. My Bible taught me that I should study to be quiet and do my business. It's only empty barrels that make the loudest noise. Bible says also to teach a child. Train up a child in the way he should go. And when he grows up, he will not depart from it. Can I help parents here tonight? If you sit down there and you insist, because you're a medical doctor, your son, your daughter must end up a medical doctor, you are miseducated. He may come out as a good medical doctor, but he will practice as the worst doctor the world has ever seen. Or if you let him follow his mind with little guidance, he may come out as the best pharmacist that the world has ever known. A Latin adage says, "Nil sine labore," means there is nothing without labor. Many say our leaders have failed us. I may not agree with you totally. We also have failed our nation. We all continually to fail our nation by bringing back and recycling politicians. It means we lack political education. We lack the knowledge of our rights. Bring back our girls. It's just a slogan. Personal gain, corruption, tribalism, divide and rule, general political and social ignorance, illiteracy at all levels has permeated our nation, and we say we are educated. We can't even get genuine people, impeccable people as ministers at this time. The people that are to be chosen, they say, "Oh, I look at the situation, I don't want to rub my name in the mud." While we were struggling to put our house in order, the world drove past us. Nigerians are blessed. I said Nigerians are blessed. Nigerians are talented people, hardworking people. But all these virtues are embedded in poverty, tribalism, and selfishness. Education is a great weapon that Nigeria has. But the greater weapon that Nigeria has is you. I want to conclude. It is hard work to be educated. It's a long journey most of the time, but the end eventually justifies the rigors and the trouble. Let us as Nigerians organize focus, facilities. I give kudos to Nigeria Association in Jacksonville. Let us organize opportunity, privileges, scholarship to encourage our children and our youth to stand as scholars who are resolved to redeem and improve the image of Nigerians everywhere in the world. Now is the time for that change. Now is the time for that change in our outlook. Statistics are available that Nigerian academics are widespread all over the world. We should eliminate the unacceptable thoughts about Nigeria by pressing harder on our throttle of strength, which is education. God bless the Association of Nigerians in Jacksonville, Florida. God bless Association of Nigerians in the United States of America. God bless Nigeria. God bless America. God bless you. Thank you very much.
Please give him another round of applause, please. And for looking so beautiful and radiant and absolutely lovely, give yourselves a round of applause. I guess you don't love yourself if you're not giving yourselves rounds of applause. Somebody say item 7. Anybody ready for item 7?
Item 7.
Does anybody know? Okay, I'll ask. Do you know what item 7 means, ma'am? Do you know what it means? Time to eat. I know. I've been here all day and I'm hungry. Anybody hungry? All right, hold on now. If you ain't paying attention for me, nobody's gonna eat nothing.